Good morning. Today we will do a poem called Song of the Rain. Now, this poem actually has been written by Khalil Gibran. Khalil Gibran was a Lebanese American poet and he is considered to be the most read author in the history of literature. So, he is a famous poet. Now, the poem Song of the Rain is written and composed by Khalil Gibran and is a very interesting poem. The initial lines of the poem goes like this. I am dotted silver threads dropped from heaven by the gods. Nature then takes me to adorn her fields and valleys. Now, the poet actually has personified rain. So we can say the rain is telling her own story over here. Now the rain says, I am dotted. I am dotted. Dotted means spread out in a small round drops. So we all know when the rain falls, it falls in the form of dots or drops. So the poet says, I am dotted silver threads. Now, when the rain falls down or comes down, it appears to be in the form of a thread and the color seems to be silverish. The color seems to be whitish or silverish. That's why the rain tells that I am dotted silver threads dropped from heaven. We all know the rain comes down from the sky. So the poet, for sky, the poet has used the term heaven. Now who drops the rain? Gods. So the gods actually has done favor on earth by dropping rain, and when the rain drop, or we can say when the rain drops down or comes down, it drops and it comes in the form of silver threads. The poet further adds that nature then takes me. That means when the rainwater is spread on the earth, it doesn't pick up a particular spot, it is spread far and wide. So the nature then takes me to adorn means to decorate. So the poet adds that nature then takes me to decorate her fields and valleys. So we all know that earth is a very big place, and when the rainwater falls, it falls everywhere. Now whenever the rainwater falls, it is spread far and wide. And on earth we have the fields, we have the valleys also. So the rainwater is spread everywhere. So we can say the poet imagines himself to be rain which is dropped from heaven on earth by God. Now it is nature that takes rain to fall over fields and valleys. So everywhere the nature actually takes rain, or we can say the rain drops everywhere in the valleys, in the fields. Continuing further, the poet says, I am beautiful pearls plucked from the crown of star by the daughter of dawn to embellish the gardens. Now the poet says that rain, since rain has been personified, so we can say the rain over here says that I am beautiful pearls. We all know when the rainwater falls, it falls in the form of drops. So these drops are referred as pearls. Now I am beautiful pearls plucked from the crown of star. It appears as if I have been taken from, plucked means to take, to remove or to take away. So I have been taken away from the crown. Crown, we all know, is a thing which people wear on head, especially the royalty. So the rain says that I am beautiful pearls, and it appears as if I have been plucked from the crown of Star. Star actually is goddesses of fertility, love, war, and sex. So it appears as if the rainwater is just like those pearls which are on the crown of Istar, goddesses Istar. And who plucks it? By the daughter of dawn. By the daughter of dawn. Dawn means early morning. Now we all know early morning, especially on the leaves, I'm talking about the leaves, especially on the leaves, we see the dewdrops. Now, the poet over here presents a beautiful idea by saying that the rain water comes down from the sky. It falls down from the heaven or the sky. Now it falls down, it covers a wide area. It is spread everywhere in the valleys and the gardens. Now, in early morning, it appears as if these drops are just like the pearls which have been plucked from the crown of goddesses Star. To embellish, embellish means decorate. So the gardens are decorated. They are decorated by these drops, and these drops, as mentioned earlier, appears to have been taken away or plucked from the crown of Star. Moving further, the poet says, when I cry, the hills laugh. When I humble down, the flowers rejoice. When I bow, all things are elated. And these are the very beautiful lines written by the poet. The poet says, through rain, or we can say the rain says, when I cry, that means when I fall down, the hills laugh. These two alternate words have been used, cry and laugh. That means one is crying just to make others happy. So over here, the rain is crying. Crying means the rain is falling down on the earth, on the valleys and the fields. So over here, when the rain falls down, the hills laugh. The hills laugh means the hills are elated. When I humble myself means when I bow down, the flowers rejoice. Rejoice again means to become happy. The poet further adds, when I bow. Again, bow and humble are the same. That means when the rainwater comes down on the earth, all things are elated. Elated again means rejoice or happy. So they have the same meaning. So we can say that the poet over here, through rain, says that raindrops are like pearls taken from the crown of the god of love. Poet imagines that daughter of early morning takes the dewdrops to decorate gardens. Now, early morning, when we go to a garden, the morning dewdrops hang on the leaves and flowers like pearls. Falling of rain is next identified with crying of the tears falling down. The poet says, when he cries or when rain falls down, the hills laugh with joy as hills have a lot of greenery at that time. Plants, grasses, and trees which all live on or which all thrive on rainwater. When rain humbly comes down, the flowers smile with joy. When rain comes down, others, like all plant life, arises from under the earth to grow. It gets raised or elated.